recording to the cloud right now, and you can see the class for today. We will start off with websites. To start our open house landing page, we want to start with two things: the address, and then decide whether or not we want to go the easy way, or maybe I would call it evergreen way. And I'll explain why. These two ways could be easily started right here on your website's tab. So it's the very bottom. If you're here for the first time, Command has a built-in website. This is set up for you from the beginning of your onboarding. Two places to edit. So for the website, I want to just explain two things. On the top right-hand corner, there's a settings here that says settings, manage settings. And then on the bottom left-hand side, there's manage website. Two things. You want to make sure your information across the board is congruent. So might as well start here. Start with the settings, open this tab and begin updating all of your information. This should be reflecting on your website. If any of this information, which has happened in the past, is not in the right place, maybe it's not showing up correctly, maybe it says you're a broker in a different state, a couple of things may happen. It's probably because you might have a common name, somebody else in the KW world has a similar name, and so things can happen. But first, start off with updating all of your information, making sure that's correct, and the address of the office that you sign up with will determine your map. And so we'll talk a little bit about the map on your actual website, but a lot of people have asked, especially recently, just to make sure every detail is accurate. Your map on your website is reflecting the office that you're signed up with. So if I go on to my website, KW, go to the search bar. This particular search bar is tied to your office address. Okay, and then so going back to, let me just let this load. There's Rose Hill, Kirkland, right here. Righty. So just make sure that all of the information is updated. Now I want to go back to the other page, settings. So the website settings on the bottom left-hand corner, which I showed you guys earlier, is going to be editing your entire website from page to page. Homepage, about page, anything that you see on the website is going to be controlled by this settings management page. We want to go into expert mode to create any new landing pages. We want to see a preview of every page on this tab right here. And for those of you who are just seeing your website for the first time, there's so many different tools to explore. You might want to start off by creating choosing a template that you like for your page. So this also gives you the options of changing the color of your site a little bit, just for just a few different swatches, I guess. It's not really flexible in terms of changing the different layout or specific area that is colored. But if you choose a theme, it'll do it for you. It's super easy. And these are the different types of colors that you can use, different swatches. So if I wanted my website to be green, then I can change it there. And then if I want to publish it, then that should update everything on my actual website. Okay. So I actually want to show you guys the simplest way to create an open house landing page, which is pretty fun. Once I pull up a listing, this is the property that I'm going to host an open house for. Then at the very top of the browser, it's one simple step. As I mentioned, there's two ways: the easy way and then the evergreen way. This is the easy way. So from the URL, from the search bar, I'm gonna go all the way to the end and then type in backslash open dash house. And this should populate a custom landing page that you can have at your open house pertaining to the specific property. And as someone comes in to view the house, you can have them sign up, and that will go right into your command database. Fun. The fun thing about this is just tied to your database, so it goes right in. And then we can talk about the next steps. Yes. I know it's so easy, super, super easy. Just want to check in the chat if anybody has any questions. I'm going to monitor the chat as much as I can. But if I miss your question and I end up talking about something totally different, feel free to come off of mute and let me know. So now that we're done with that, we are in expert mode to start off with the second version of this custom landing page. The best use of this would probably be every open house. If you don't have time to create a custom landing page, which, yes, you can take this and create a QR code for it. There are many ways to do this, but I've stuck with this one website. Sorry, I know we were going to talk about the evergreen landing page, but let me just show you guys this one thing before I forget. Monkey QR code. This is a free QR code generator, and I can simply grab this URL and create a QR code that I can add to my flyer. That I can send out to people however way I want to, whether it's in a newsletter, um, but then copy and paste right here. And as I hit enter, it should create a new QR code on the right hand side of the screen. As you see here, I can create a special QR code by maybe modifying the colors right here, add a logo right in the center, upload the image pretty quickly. That's just one click of a button, and you can upload your logo. Setting the colors, super simple. Single color, gradient color means it's a mix of two different colors. And then I hit create QR code to get an updated version of my QR code. So to get really fancy, you could keep it really simple, single color, that's what it defaults to. And then you can download this. Perfect. Okay, great. Now we have a QR code for that landing page. And if we want to create a universal evergreen landing page, we will start off within expert mode. This page, go into expert mode, and then we should arrive at the different websites. So I'll go do that step one more time in case you missed that. Then in the main page of this expert mode, expert website editing page, you have a couple of options here in quick start. I would choose the landing page option. These are pre-built, so they're basically ready to go or ready for you to modify. What is on your website is going to be below the quick start section. It'll be under edit your website. So this is every single page. If you wanted to change something on the home page, if there's a photo you didn't like, this would be the place to start. It's really easy once you open it, and you can look at it side by side. That might be a tutorial for another day. We did work on that in an earlier class. If you want to check that out, that's on the BKCO Hub. It's similar to this. So whenever you're opening up a page, you're essentially Gonna have the editing tools on the left-hand side and a preview on the right-hand side. So if I want to add a title, it'll be right on top. You'll see it in real time as I'm making the changes here. Open house. First things first, create a title. Alrighty. I would fill out this first page before jumping into the next pages. Open house internal name, that's how it is being indexed in your files. So of different web pages that you have for your website. So that's going to be on the previous page that we were just at, where it listed every single active page. This is how you would categorize it. So if you want to create a new name for this page, you can right here. Subtitle will go underneath the open house landing page title. So please sign in for a um, copy of for property details. I was going to say for more about the property, more about the properties to keep it general. So I want to have something along the lines of please sign in for more about the property or for a copy of the inspection, something that'll give the people who are walking in more value about the property or maybe more information. It's all up to you. Okay, in this next section below, page header, we can actually upload a photo for the banner that goes either above, I believe it's above open house, similar to anything that you would see on the landing page. If I could pull up a landing page really quickly just to show you exactly where the banner would be. It would be somewhere right here. So it's going to be on the very top. And then I don't have a photo specifically prepared for this. So I'm not going to add in a photo. I want to actually just keep it pretty plain and simple. So this is where I left off. Okay, if you guys can see clearly, if I'm going too fast, please let me know. At the end, I have a couple of questions about my specific website settings. Yes, okay, no problem. Yes, of course. Always have time for questions. All right, so right underneath page contents is where we're gonna add in some widgets, and widgets are, oops, no. Oops. Okay, so underneath page header, where we could choose to upload a photo or not, just keep it simple. We have page content. So this opens up a whole new world of different tools that we can use. This could be expanded to something totally different if you really want it to be. There are different options of things that you can layer on to that blank page. So if you could see on the right hand side, it's got a couple different template styles. So this can also give you more flexibility to really amplify this page. But what I'm specifically looking for is a form, is I want everybody to come in and sign in. So now knowing that that's my goal is to create a landing page for a form for people to sign up, I'm just going to stick with that. I think oftentimes we want to make it complicated, make it fun, but let's find that specific key detail that we need and then work on making it pretty, is always my theory. So now that I've created a form box right below the page contents, I want to look for a form or create one. If you've not created a form before, then you wouldn't see this that says default agent contact title. You would see blank, and then or a option to create a new form. So recently updated. Create a form title. There you go. So now I've selected the form, default agent contact title, and that kind of just uploads it right then and there. So before I jump into creating a form, I want to finish this off really quick for those of you who are here. If I want to add in a model here, uh, module, there you go. For the footer, I guess that the footer is already there. Okay, so that's kind of where I just leave it and see if I want to add in more photos or anything like that. Just want to double check. Download my app might be another thing to add in here. Yes, I definitely want to add that. Just so you can see how having two different widgets or modules, contents, page contents would look like. And if you wanted to switch things around, you could do that here. Yes. Swap. There you go. Clicking on those three dots right next to the page will give you the option to swap it or create a new copy. And that's where you could try to organize your page a little bit better, or maybe add in something else. Or if you made a mistake, that's technically your undo button. Alrighty. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Awesome. I am going to start by adding a form now. This is where I'm trying to look for a button with the create a new form. One second. Let me know if you guys see it on your end, if you've already seen a form. But I'm just going to jump back into the website to see if I could create a form there instead. Quick note, if you go back out of the site, or if you enter into one of those editing pages, going backwards to where you left off might be hard. So I would highly suggest just kind of opening up the dashboard again. Going back to console.command.com straight from the browser to just get back to point A. I see. Okay. Additional modules. Has anybody is everybody following on this step? I'm just curious to see if you guys are seeing a spot there to add in a new form from where you first started, or if I can find that right now, because I'm missing that piece. And I know that that is a part of the forms, but when you log in for the first time and it doesn't have anything here, it should have a spot to create a form. So just want to make sure that you guys see that too on your end. This is the default agent contact title, which is already preset. So that that should be the option that you guys see. If you guys don't see that and are curious to, you know, work later on to just continue that step in the process, please reach out. I'm going to drop my name in the chat here, or my email. As here's the thing, sometimes things move in the settings, so I'm not seeing a place to create a new form. but that's the default form that it's in. At the end, please share the link of this presentation. Absolutely. So the last thing I want to do is publish this site. Once I'm done adding all the things that I need on my specific landing page, my next goal is to publish the site. Now this is ready to check out. Here you have a preview, but if you open this box on the top right-hand corner with the arrow pointing upwards, you get a preview of your actual landing page. Now this is what you should be viewing open house. This is a preview of what you have in your landing page if you publish it. Then copy this landing page. Use that URL here. That should be the safest. No, that's KW. When do they change these things? Oh, okay. There you go. The URL is going to be on the left-hand side right underneath. So that URL is where you want to create a QR code. After you're done creating the landing page, the preview here looks good. This particular link that I was explaining is actually the interface of your your website. It's still connected to your admins. Don't use that URL. Instead, use the URL. Sorry, I'm jumping into a new page that I created earlier. You want to use a URL that looks like this. It starts off with your main website, and then it ends with a backslash of your title of your landing page. The quickest way to find it is going to be right here. Now, let's say I'm done editing my landing page and I want to go back to find it. Maybe I had to restart my computer and I'm coming back fresh. How do I find my open house page? So again, going backwards might bring us back. Sometimes it doesn't because we've gone a couple of steps. So I would go back to the search bar to bring us into command console.command.kw.com. I would bookmark this or save it anywhere that's easy to find. Bookmarks are my favorite, honestly. So I would just keep that link handy. But if you search it enough times, it'll pop up. So going back into websites on the very bottom left, we have arrived back at our first step. So in manage website, you want to go back into expert mode, and then you would arrive at the main website editing platform. This that manages all of your different pages. It manages everything that is already published in all of those pages that are also on draft 2, and it'll show based on the page status what is actually published and ready to view and what is still under the editing process. So because this is already published, it'll be right here. And to guarantee that, here's the date. If I open this landing page up, then I should see all of the bare bones of my page. And then we're back to this if we wanted to make any changes. And just to reaffirm, everything that goes through this specific form will arrive within command on your dashboard within about 5 minutes. If it doesn't, that would probably be something to bring up to one of the ASCs in the office. They're at the front desk, or you can message me too about it. I can help get you to the right place or get you to the right person if I don't know the answers. But does anybody have any questions? I'm going to play around with some of the new changes within the website. So you're free to stick around and watch me go through the website. If you have any questions or maybe a specific scenario, this would be the best time to bring that up. We can go through it together. A couple of days ago, we had an agent working specifically on the calculator, the mortgage calculator. There are different types of pages that you can add right here on the very top to just to really expand this tutorial for you guys. To see the potential of what you can add, you have a home valuation, which is essentially a form, a page where people can specifically inquire about the value of their property. We have a custom page, we have a download the app page, which ties directly to your website. If you haven't gone to that step yet on, configuring your website and seeing you have a specific link, it's super cool. Everybody gets a specific app with their website, and through the app, clients can essentially sign in, create a login, and start saving homes. When they do save homes, they are notifying you within command what properties they're looking at. If you were to put somebody on a market drip or anything like that, um, there is a specific name for a smart plan, neighborhood nurture. So if you would add a neighborhood nurture smart plan to one of your clients in your command database, they should receive a lot of homes that will also um, be pinged with this app. So if they have access to the app, they're signed in, they get that email, they view the home and they like it, you get notified on your end. So there's so much value in these tools, the home valuation, different landing pages. But it's often that home open house forms are being asked about. And this is something that you can even create for an event. Just simply changing the title and adding a form and adding a specific instruction right here would be good enough. You have a form for an event. This one is great because it already ties in the photos. People can scroll and look at it if they're wanting to look at more pictures while they're going through the house. They can do that. So it's all about how you set it up. I hope this information helped. If you have any questions or maybe have a specific idea on what to do with all of these different tools on your website, please let me know. Feel free to reach out. There's so many cool things that you can do. Gail, did you have a few minutes for a question?
Well, first one I had, you showed, thank you for this, by the way. This is super exciting. You had the URL up that you just added the slash
Yeah,
open. Is it open house or open dash home? Which one is it?
dash home.
Open dash home. Which URL open dash home?
Yeah, and
What
you
URL
go.
did you, yes, okay.
So sorry, go finish your question. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, no, no. You said on the URL, you just take this URL and then add slash open dash home. Which URL? Go to that URL. I'm trying to follow along and
Yeah,
I'm like, where did she get that?
it was so, yeah, no, it was quicker than you think. So basically, you need to go to your website. So I'm on my website, jcnolan.kw.com,
Yeah.
and then I find that property.
Oh, you go to the property itself. Okay.
Yeah.
And then do a slash open home, open dash home. All right.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Yeah. There on the very end of this URL, backslash open
Got it. All
dash
right.
house. Open dash house.
Open house, open dash house.
Yes. Yes. Open dash house. I gotta change the URL for the other one because now it's interfering with that. But it's open dash house. Yeah. Do you want to give it a shot and see if you
Well, I didn't have the property itself. I was trying to follow along, and then I'm like, don't follow along because I was getting behind him, just like just watch you, and then you're talking along, and I anyway.
no, yeah, no, I try to make it easy, and 3 years of doing tech classes, and there's always something new.
I
Um,
do have somebody else
yeah.
has a question in the chat, but I've got so let them ask
Yes.
their question, and then I've just got a specific one about my own settings.
Okay. The end, teaching the link of the presentation. Yes. Open dash house. Yes.
You
Oh,
answered
yes.
that.
Do
The
you have
next
a
one's yeah.
question? Okay. Do you have a
Yeah,
question,
yeah, I
Mr.
have.
Teddy?
I have two questions. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
I'm a new agent, so that's why I have no idea. I mean, how the website can help. First of all, okay,
Okay.
and the second one is how I can set up my website. And I have one
Yep.
suggestion. Okay, in future, please share the invitation through email. Okay, because right now I received it in text and I opened it in my mobile. Uh, and it was very
Yeah.
difficult for me to follow up. Uh, but anyway,
No, I
I
get
will
it.
when I get the link, then I will go and watch it again. Okay. Yeah, please help me with those two questions.
Yes. And so thank you for your questions. I think this is super common when people log in, they for the first time. There's almost there's there's a little bit of that unknown, and then jumping into it seems really scary. But if you go down to the website, it's just I think 2 clicks to verify that you are wanting to publish your website for the first time. You wouldn't see it from my end because I've already published my site. This step is a one-time configuration process. So if you click on websites on the very bottom, and you should see something pop up that says something along the lines of publish your website. I would just
Okay.
click yes, and then you're in. And then this is all you see, and nothing, you don't really have to do anything else other than if you wanted to maybe change the colors, um, that would be probably the next step. But then, as I mentioned in the very beginning, I don't know if you were here for the first couple of minutes of the class, but there are 2 settings. So on the top right hand corner, there's manage settings. That takes care of all the backend information, but also if there's a footer with your information on it, that'll be where it is updated. So it's more of your contact information and that is being reflected on the website. Your bio, all of that stuff is edited in this particular link or button. And manage your website on the left hand corner is where you'll be editing the website itself, but it's already set up for you. You really don't need to do anything more. It's just if you wanted to go in and modify your website, that's where you would go. If you want to see a preview of your website, it's often just your first name, last name, .kw.com. It's right here in the contacts information. You can change it to whatever email or whatever website you want it to be. All you need to do is go to the subdomain portion. And for this, you have to scroll back up a little bit to find this specific settings. And I can say JC Nolan Homes. I can say whatever I want basically for this subdomain, but I would correlate it to your brand if you want to have it as your name, perfect. But that's essentially where you'd want to start. Go look at your website, see what you want to change, and then start there to say, to continue with your other question about how can a website help, we can definitely send another email with the link. I think that would be really helpful. So you can open it on your computer. I agree. But if you wanted to see, I'm going to go back to my website. So your website will look just like this. And going down the line, this is the homepage website. On the left side, you'll see all the different landing pages that you can also modify. But to say what's the most important thing about the website itself, it's probably just this page. It's the search bar. This is something that is so unique to your website because it's connected directly to the NWMLS. Anybody searching for a home should search here if they're working with you. Not Redfin, not, you know, realtor.com. And the reason is because of these search capabilities that are offered on your page, you can have a more in-depth understanding of where your client is at in the buying process by those single like little nudges or maybe cues that they put in whether they like this home or not. And as you can see, I'm being forced now to create a new account. I have the ability to manage my settings so that um Mr. Jahid, I hope I'm getting your name right. If you went to go to my website and search for a properties, I'll only give you a few times to view a property before I kind of force that login or sign up. And through
Excuse me.
this, yes,
Excuse me.
please
You mean
ask.
that when we share our website, then our client can search property on MLS, right?
Yep, yep,
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
yeah. Yeah, it's super cool because even if I did get another website, if I wanted to really customize it, this is the one thing that I'd say everybody needs to have as a part of their website because even if the value is right here, and then they can sign up for the app if they want to directly through many places that are already built in on your site. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Love the questions.
Can I ask a specific question about my settings?
Yeah.
So if I go into my settings and the market center brokerage name is Keller Williams Eastside Realty, and then there's a primary office name,
Uh-huh.
and there's just two selections. There's Ben Traverso Real
Yeah.
Estate Group and there's Team Builder KW. Do,
Oh,
do I need to pick either one of them?
no, 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 not at all. That is something that's I would say is probably a glitch. I don't
Oh,
know in depth where you are, but you shouldn't. You're not associated with those teams, I don't think. Are
yeah,
you?
it threw me because it said market center brokerage name Keller Williams Eastside Realty, Keller Williams Realty Eastside, and then the primary office name. But down below it has the Slater address, blah blah blah, like it should.
The, can you choose one that's specifically just Keller Williams Eastside, or is it not letting you? Is it
Not
making
not
you?
under primary office name. The
Oh,
market
that's weird.
center. Go. Can you show yours? Maybe
Yeah.
just go to that
Where?
settings.
Let's see.
So go to your command. Yep, and then go to website and then settings, manage settings. Yep, upper right. No, no, go back.
Yeah.
The manage settings on the right.
Why is it stalling so long? The anticipation here. Okay, that's not right. Okay. Yes,
So
I
manage
complete.
right there, right there. Okay, on
Yeah,
manage settings, so scroll down right there where it says select primary office. See, you have the same thing.
that's new.
Huh.
That's
Okay.
new. Yeah. Not necessary to select this if it's not forcing you to save it
Mm,
though, is it? It's not.
no, it's not.
Yeah. So
Okay. I
For
just that tripped me up and I was confused. I didn't know which one if I needed to select one because neither one of them seemed
yeah,
okay.
they're groups. We have about 8 in our office, and some of them have gone to or probably like updated their settings. But this particular primary office name is for what it is now signaling to me is that there's a team section that is being updated on the back end, because if you are associated with a team, there's going to be another extra detail where you can add like a team logo. So this is probably Command's way of kind of pulling in two ends and updating all things, because what that reflects on after um, is on your actual website right here in this space before my name is a placement for actually an extra logo if
Okay.
you had an affiliation. Long story short, don't worry about it.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
I appreciate
Yes, no problem.
you answering.
Yeah, find everything. I find something new every day.
And one more question. I mean, when our client just do any search, find a house, and if they just like it, okay, will
Mhm.
we receive any notification or anything?
Yes, you will receive an email. And if you don't, then let me know, because that might be something we can make sure happens. But other than that, your command should have a ping notification for you, and specifically to see if you're like curious on a specific person, you will see. If I expand this, you'll see it better. But on the right hand side of this contact card, I went into contacts, opened up a contact card, and I'm seeing all of the details of this person. Save searches will reflect anything that person has saved if they've
Okay,
taken
and
action.
okay, when they open any, if they just click on any houses, so what they will see, the same thing that we see on MLS, or it will be a little bit different, at least not the broker's remark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they will see all the tabs that we have. We can see on MLS now, like taxes, like
No,
it'll be same, no, or different.
this is more of like a interface of Redfin. So it's only just the search capability. And so they can just see the information that's uh, presented in the,
Oh,
oh,
okay,
assuming I can't get into a
okay,
house because I have that locked up. But you will basically just see like pictures of the home, property details, just the fun stuff.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you want to go ahead and set up a neighborhood nurture for your client, um, you would also edit it right here. If people you are working with are interested in a specific neighborhood, you can add in their properties or their specific neighborhoods right here, and that'll send out neighborhood nurture smart plan. The smart plan might be a good topic to follow up on, as it is always something that people are interested in. Creating automated emails is essentially what this is, but that will also triple the effect of having them have access to your app and your website, because even as these emails go out, and you can see on the timeline all of the different activities that are happening. You can also see if they've opened up your email. This is obvious that it's invalid, so there isn't a delivery status. But if it is delivered, if it does say undelivered, it's going to say if it was delivered, if it was opened. And so these are all the different ways to just have a good understanding of where your buyer's at, or your seller, or no buyer in this scenario specifically. But if you have a specific question, feel free to respond back to the emails that I send out about Tech Thursday and tell me what topics you want me to cover. I would love to just be hitting the mark every time on the Tech Thursday topics that we come up with, because we're trying to give as information as they are relevant. So, uh, Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for staying with me today on this class. I will see you guys next week during Tech Thursday, 10 a.m. every Thursday. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions, you guys. Appreciate it.